In Chapter 1 of Adam Grant's Originals, we are first introduced to the idea of finding faults and defaults. But what does that mean? In an attempt to analyze why some customer service agents stayed in their jobs longer than others, an economist, Michael Hausman, began testing a series of variables. He was struggling to find any correlation until, on a whim, he tested to see if an agent's choice of internet browser was correlated to quitting. To his surprise, it was. Firefox and Chrome users remained in their jobs 15% longer than Safari and Explorer users. Thinking it was a coincidence, he ran more regressions and discovered that browser preference was also correlated with work absences and overall performance. But what was causing this correlation? The first guess was that Chrome and Firefox users were simply more tech-savvy, but the data revealed that they were no savvier than their Safari and Explorer counterparts. Instead, Hausman determined that it's a matter of initiative. People who see something they don't like and are willing to try and fix it tend to be more successful. So what causes people to accept the default? Why isn't everyone an original thinker? The truth is, being original is hard work. Justifying or accepting the default system serves a soothing function. It's an emotional painkiller. If the world is supposed to be this way, we don't need to be dissatisfied with it. But as Adam Grant states in his book, acquiescence also robs us of the moral outrage to stand against injustice and the creative will to consider alternative ways that the world could work. In order to reject the default, we must have a robust understanding of our own psychology and personal biases. For example, déjà vu occurs when we encounter something new, but it feels as if we've seen it before. Vuja de is the reverse. We face something familiar, but we see it with a fresh perspective that enables us to gain new insights into old problems. In order to reject the default world around us, we must strive to experience vuja de constantly. As you sit on a public bus or walk down familiar sidewalks, ask yourself, what if this was the first time I saw these things? Why are they designed this way? How could they be improved? The concepts of vuja de and rejecting the default are what allow businesses to innovate and disrupt entire markets. One great example of this is the online glasses retailer, Warby Parker. The owner of Warby Parker is quoted as saying, "I had always considered glasses a medical purchase. I naturally assumed that if a doctor was selling it to me, there was some justification for the price." The thing is, most defaults are pursued as a quick fix to combat some problem in the short term, usually enabling that problem to continue and worsen, like allowing yourself to pay way too much for a pair of glasses. When you reject a default, you're forced to find an alternative, and a usually more effective solution to that problem. One of the most powerful examples of rejecting the default is the creation of the sharing economy in companies like Uber and Airbnb. The sharing economy is a result of the internet. It wouldn't be possible without it. But it's also the result of original thinkers who saw the internet as a tool that could be leveraged to flip the conventional economy on its head by placing an emphasis on access rather than ownership. Remember, there's always room for innovation. Start questioning everything you see.